I know the spirit of 1776, and you're going to feel it. Donald Trump never used any of this in the campaign. And quite frankly, I know the inside baseball that his friends and associates say, look, we know you give to big charities privately, and we know you give to the police groups and firefighter groups and veterans groups privately, and that's fine. The giving massively directly to people on the street, sometimes on a daily basis. I mean, we're talking reportedly it's in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions a year in some cases. He's super hard-nosed with other business people and other aggressive sharks. But then when it comes to common poor people or people that are nice to him, Donald Trump has a big heart. He's got that mix that any real man's got. And so I was told years ago about Donald Trump being a patriot. I rolled my eyes. I don't follow mainstream pop stuff. I thought of him as the Apprentice host and the rest of it. So I just wasn't well versed in it all. I didn't know he was against NAFTA and GATT and gave all this money to do it, and was concerned forever about communism and globalism, and learned about it from one of McCarthy's former top people. And there's been New York Times articles about that. But this guy really formed during that whole period in the 60s, post-McCarthy, and was let in on a lot of secret congressional inside baseball. If you want to go look that up, you can go do your own research. The New York Times has written about it. Now, they've asked him, they said, please stop feeding the homeless in Trump Tower. He's like, no, I own it, I'm going to do it. Please stop buying people houses, please. I mean, because the word gets out, and so there's people there coming, and if they can actually get a hold of Trump or have him be seen, and he sits there and judges them and talks to them, by judges, I mean, gets their bearings, but most of the time he ends up giving them stuff. And sometimes it's $1,000, sometimes it's a house, sometimes it's a car. It's crazy. And if Donald Trump tells you something, by the way, you can bank he's going to do it or die trying. So there's been articles now written about it post-election. Donald Trump saved my family. Widow's daughter recalls how the Donald paid off her mom's $300,000 mortgage after her father committed suicide. I mean, there's hundreds of these. I can't even keep track of them all. A family sees his limousine broke down. They pull over and help him. Tell them they're fans of his show. He gets their card. I think it was like, what? I've got the article here. $250,000 mortgage he paid off the next week. It's paid for. I don't have time to go over all of these. I mean, there's a bunch of them. These acts of kindness reveal there's more to Donald Trump than just his celebrity persona. And then it's people that are on drugs and he pays for their rehab. It's airlines would accommodate a boy with serious medical issues, so Trump gave him his jet. He gave sanctuary to a Grammy Award-winning singer, Jennifer Hudson, after 3 of her family members were murdered. He helped save a family's working farm that was going into foreclosure. After Sergeant Andrew was released from prison in Mexico, the Donald sent him a big check to help get him back on his feet. What Trump did for a bus driver who helped save a woman from jumping off a bridge. By the way, I've been told about stuff that nobody even knows about, I'm telling you, it's almost like he just does it so compulsively that people around him are like, just don't let him get around, or we'll never even get to the next meeting. Okay, so this is what goes on. Now, and he's gotten awards from Jesse Jackson for hiring large amounts of African Americans and other minorities and promoting them if they've got the skills, in which he gives them the time to get the skills in training. That's why the globalists hate him, folks. He wants prosperity, and he isn't out to get little people. And they know that. And they dug up stuff on Trump that they didn't put in the tabloids because it would only made him look good. I'm going to leave it right there. This is a lady, Henrietta Hughes. This is CNN. Woman who pled to Obama is still struggling. Henrietta Hughes caught the nation's attention in February when she cried for help during one of Obama's town hall meetings. After her plea, Hughes was given a free home to live in temporarily, but she is still struggling to find a job. And then there was Republicans that came and actually got her a house. And I remember in the news, it wasn't even CNN and others didn't even give credit to them. They just said, oh, she's in a temporary home, and then they bought her a house. See how the deception works? Hughes, who is 60s, faithfully goes to an employment center in Fort Myers in hopes of finding a job. And then she doesn't, living out of her car. And, you know, it's not known that Mel Gibson's given, like, I shouldn't even say, this was like years ago, and it's inside stuff, and a little bit of it came out. So I'll just tell you, I think it's like, last time I heard, $10 million from I know the family, his dad, a bunch of people, $10 million for kids to get organ transplants and brain surgeries and stuff just in California alone. And that's just what they know about. But, I mean, obviously the guy's got billions of dollars. But the point is that conservatives are 6 times more likely in major studies to actually give money to people, to actually help them. Liberals all virtue signal that they're going to give you money all day because they're not liberals. These terms mean nothing. So here's the lady that conservatives had to come help because Obama wouldn't, Henrietta Hughes, during the campaign right before Obama got elected. Here it is.
Thank you very much. I first want to say I respect you and I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you.
I've been praying for you, but
I believe in prayer, so I appreciate that.
I have a urgent need, unemployment and homelessness, a very small vehicle for my family and I to live in. We need urgent, and the housing authority have 2 years waiting lists, and we need something more than the vehicle and the parks to go to. We need our own kitchen and our own bathroom. Please help.
Well, listen, what's your name? What's your name?
It's Henrietta Hughes.
Okay, Miss Hughes. Well, we're going to do everything we can to help you, but there are a lot of people like you, and we're going to do everything we can. All right, but I'll have my staff talk to you after
the weird white lady's like going, I love you, Obama, like sexually. Meanwhile, black unemployment it didn't quite double. It right at doubled. And just absolutely, he thinks he's just got you. It's the arrogance. He could have had a huge PR win getting her a job somewhere. But no. Could have told rich donors, hey, get her a job, boom, she'd have had one. No. Because they think they've already got you. They're arrogant. Meanwhile, they've announced $10 million in U.S. steel moving back next year. This is before he's even on office, 41 days out. Carriers coming back. 2 Ford plants now. $50 billion in Japanese investment in high-tech, cutting-edge systems, from robotics to chips to communications, that'll be in America with Americans. And it goes on and on. Restaurants are seeing a 35–40% increase. Christmas purchasing suddenly started skyrocketing. It's the Trump effect, optimism. The globalists want to kill optimism while telling you the economy's great. They know we've been in a quasi-depression for 9 years. And yeah, it started before Obama, and he continued the exact same thing because the same banks run him. But now there's a new sheriff in town. More than 20 years ago, when I started InfoWars, I was a fitness addict. As time went on, my metabolism slowed down. I quit working out. I was working 18 hours a day, and I gained right at 100 pounds. I started to exercise really hard again, and I started to try to eat healthier. Started taking third-party supplements. Started seeing some more gains. But when I started working with Dr. Group and some of the other top formulators in the country, they said, Alex, it's all about trace elements and things that the population is absolutely deficient in. Boom, weight started pouring off. Toxins started coming out of my body. Then, by early 2016, I was in the best shape of my life since I'd been in really good shape in my 20s. But the election heated up. I started working 14, 15, 16 hours a day. But more importantly, I stopped taking the supplements because we rearranged the kitchen and somebody took the Lazy Susan off the kitchen table where I took stuff every morning, and I just kind of forgot about it. It was out of sight, out of mind. And so then I realized this morning, I said, we're going to put the Lazy Susan back on the table, and I'm going to start taking it religiously again. And I'm going to work out like I've been the last few weeks at the same level. It's the holidays, so I'll probably eat more. And whatever the results are, I'm going to publish the findings. It's December 5th, 2016. We're only like 25 days from 2017. And I want to invite all of the info warriors of every race, color, and creed that bleed red blood and love liberty, justice, and truth to make our bodies great again.